why veterans are important to our nation's history and future. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a bleak subsection in a giant sprawling city with smog so thick that the sun appears orange and even breathing is an effort. People are bustling about, too concerned with their own problems to worry about anyone else's. Their expressions a mixture of frustration, resignation, and despair. The heartless factories eat up their sweat and tears, and so little of what they produce goes back to their own community. Most of the goods produced line the pockets of a few, and those few live far away. Here, in this desolate city, people work from sunrise to sunset, receiving nothing but anguish in exchange for the never-ending toil. Their land is stripped of resources, their lives are stripped of dignity, and their souls are stripped of hope. The bleak picture I just painted for you could describe a major third world city today, or many of the dystopian cities mentioned in contemporary books and movies. But the truth is, America would be like this if we had not struck hard and dearly for our liberty over 200 years ago and continue to fight for what we believe. Our soldiers, our veterans, prevented this possible dystopian society from becoming a reality. It is because of our soldiers' efforts that we have freedom in this country. Without our veterans, our history would have been a failure, our present a hopeless struggle, and our future a fading dream. Veterans are the link between what we were yesterday and what we will become tomorrow. Their actions guarantee our freedom and cement our way of life. G.K. Chesterton once said, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him." He said this about soldiers fighting in the First World War, but this is a timeless truth. And from the first Gulf War, to our ongoing war against terrorism, to the latest conflicts in Iraq and Syria, U.S. soldiers prove this truth time and again. Soldiers fight to make sure that the life they left behind when they signed up is still there when they return. Their motive today is the same as it was in the American Revolution, and if we are to maintain our way of life, our soldiers must continue to fight for what they leave behind. That is why our veterans are important to our nation's history and future. Our veterans are the thread that is woven into the fabric of society. It is their efforts that give continuity to our nation's unfolding story. Motivated by love, the same love that seeks to protect what is behind them, a love that can conquer doubt, fear, and overwhelming odds, America's veterans are crucial to our future. You might be tempted to think, that's absurd. Is this one soldier really putting himself at risk for a teen who only thinks about his Xbox because he loves him? Not really. He's putting himself at risk, not for the teen directly, but for what the kid stands for. Home, family, peace. In The Way to Inner Peace, Fulton Sheen states that from 1486 BC to 1861 AD, there were only 227 years of peace and over 3,000 years of war. When we consider that humankind is so prone to warlike behavior, we can see the indispensable role our veterans have played. If they didn't love us enough to put their lives and limbs on the line, the U.S. would not be where it is today. In J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Samwise Gamgee says, "Those folk had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going because they were holding on to something, that there is some good left in this world, and that is worth fighting for." Our soldiers, our veterans, fight and have fought for us. Every time they are deployed, they carry the precious memories of home in their hearts. If home is where the heart is, then for me, I feel safe knowing that my home is in their hearts.